the legend of the phoenix.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Reid's Renegade radio podcast. And today's podcast is going to be all about Daft Punk, the musical artist. And this is basically going to be a retrospective of all their music. And today, joining me, I've got fellow host Josh Romero Hayward.
Hey guys, so today we thought we could do something a bit different. Usually we're doing movies, right? So maybe today we could do a bit of music, because we're trying to, vary our podcasts to appeal to most listeners. So Daft Punk today. Let's get to it.
Yeah, so Josh, why don't you tell us, what is the podcast about? If you had to summarize what the Reid's Renegade radio podcast is about to any new listeners out there, how would you summarize it?
I think it's just a good way just to speak about little things in life.
It's a platform for kind of like anything we like, current events. We did in season 1 there was a VE Day episode, and we did Star Wars. We've done Batman, and
now we're getting a lot more people to join. We had a Batman podcast. We got like three guests on that one.
That was pretty jam-packed.
That was pretty jam-packed. Sorry if it was a bit, mouth over mouth with so many people, but no, yeah. Summarize it. I think it's just a great way to connect and just to say what's up, what's new, guys, with the world going on.
Yeah. So with that, what's up, guys? Reid's Renegade, and let's get into this Daft Punk podcast. So,
Okay.
Josh, what do you think about Daft Punk?
Okay, yeah. So I'll start off with what type of music I usually listen to. I listen to like kind of indie, alternative music.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So who'd you say your favorite band is at the moment?
At the moment, I've been listening to a lot of Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys. Okay. Yeah.
Bit
like
of like Tudor on the side, but I was one of those people who grew up with being like a massive 21 Pilots kind of fan. That was like kind of my area.
All right. Cool.
So yeah, Daft Punk. I think my first ever song. I think it's probably the first ever song for a lot of people was "Get Lucky."
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Massive song. Everyone knows this song.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the start of the Daft Punk. And then a bunch of years later, I met Jamie. Right. Yeah, Jamie. Yeah. Massive also Daft Punk fan. He kind of he showed me this. He showed me a couple more songs of Daft Punk. And I was like, damn, why don't I just listen to more of these guys? He showed me all the other great hits and some of their old stuff, and not even just the music, but they were also really big on their animation. If anyone's seen that.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Interstellar 5555.
We'll talk about the animation in a bit, but pretty much that's been like my last story with Daft Punk. What about you, Jamie?
Well, I think kind of my first introduction to Daft Punk was probably Tron Legacy, because I'm a big Tron fan.
Yeah.
And I love Tron Legacy from 2010, and Daft Punk did the score for that. That was their one and only kind of score, and it was really cool. It's like electronic. And then of course when they came up with Ram, which is their last album, which had Get Lucky, years later I've gone back and listened to all the rest of them. And one thing I can say about Daft Punk, unlike other bands, is the amount of variety in genres they have. Like there's something for everyone, honestly. Their first album basically starts off with really electronic music, kind of house party sort of stuff. It's really bassy and boomy, and that was like from the 90s. So they kind of evolve. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm eating something.
Yeah, eat something. That's cool. Munch. Podcasters eat. Eat. Bruh.
Switching back to Daft Punk, and it's made up of two band members. So Josh, I'll quickly just like fill you in on the history. We'll crash course in Daft Punk. So early days, we're in Paris, right? Thomas Bangalter and Guy-Man are friends from school, and they're like any teenage boy in like his 18, 19, why don't we make a band? So they make a band called Darlin', and they do a couple gigs. They go around Paris, going to clubs, doing some gigs. It's more like guitars and drums. And
alright, gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. They get a review in like an English journalist comes in and listens to them and says that their music is daft punky thrash. And so they're like, why don't we just use this kind of
As our name.
criticism as like a name for our band? And so Darlin breaks up, we get Daft Punk. And so I think both their parents were also musicians, so especially Thomas Bangalter, his dad did a lot of music and stuff, so he had all the equipment.
All the facilities.
In pretty much their house. And so they would just like jam out together, making tapes, making sound mixes.
Yeah.
And then I think in 1996 they go to Disneyland, Paris, and there was like a rave there, and he handed his sound mix to this DJ.
Alright.
And he's like, I'm gonna sign you to my record label. They make the Homework album, which is their very first debut album. I'll show the album cover right now, and you'll get kind of like this. It's like this French house vibe. It's very house music, so very bassy. One of them you might know of is Around the World. Made them famous in Europe. I'll play one of the songs right now. Status update: Josh is successfully
I've just closed the
failed.
window because some dumbass truck just revved the one outside. Unbelievable.
They didn't really want to let their popularity detract from their personal lives, so these massively popular artists just never revealed their face. And it's not like with
I think it's also,
Deadmau5, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's very weird at the time because none of the artists would really cover their face. Everyone was about getting fame, so they would just they wouldn't even think about covering their faces. But I think these guys really introduced this kind of idea of covering your face. So we have that Deadmau5 modern,
Yeah, Deadmau5.
and then we have Marshmello.
He's taken big inspiration from them.
So I think Daft Punk came up like originally with this helmet idea.
Yeah, I'll put a picture on screen right now. That you've got Homework, which is like their paper bags and their random stuff because they didn't really know, they didn't have the helmet idea yet.
This was like a startup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Batman Begins.
Yeah.
When he's just getting the Batcave.
Exactly.
And then Discovery, when they just started the helmets tech, and there's a lot of LEDs in the helmets.
And then they moved up a bit. They got better
Yeah.
helmets, better clothes.
Yeah, you move on to, what is it, Human After All in 2005. And it's more of a grunge look, but to go with the hard rock kind of sound that they're aiming for. We move on to Tron, and we got an entirely different look to go with the movie. And then they changed again in 2013 with Random Access Memories, and then they change again in 2017 with The Weeknd collab, which is I Feel It Coming in Starboy look, which is like a new costume. I like that one. It's pretty cool. They got like capes and stuff.
Got capes and stuff. That's
No
pretty cool.
capes.
No capes.
No capes.
No cakes.
No capes. And no more.
No more.
And then that's kind of like their modern clothes right now.
So what do you think about Discovery, which was released in 2001?
First of all, I think the one that appeals to a lot of people, and also another thing that a lot of people would know except from Get Lucky, was also harder, better, faster, stronger.
Oh, of course, yeah. So famously sampled in Stronger by Kanye West, and it's just a really popular song. And a lot of people won't know that it's actually got its roots in a Daft Punk song, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger.
No, because, it's always in Kanye.
Yeah, I think Daft Punk are in that music video.
Kanye. So we got that.
No, it's just Yay now, isn't it?
It's just yay.
This is
Weird.
Yeah.
I think like the second one down would be One More Time is also pretty good.
Yeah, One More
Time. Yeah, that one.
They want to kind of like go back to the songs of 80s. It's got like a kind of 80s vibe. It's very disco-y in a way, like quite poppy, and like Digital Love and Something About Us. They've got like a very similar feel. They use the vocoder, which is kind of like
little machine.
auto-tune, but makes your voice sound robotic.
Yeah.
Well, then this is the first time they have the helmets. That classic kind of Daft Punk helmet.
Alright, okay.
Alright, yeah.
Alright, I'm learning something.
There's this funny parody video I saw on YouTube called like How to Make a Daft Punk Song.
Yeah.
that I showed Josh, and it's literally like, oh, you just go to the record store, find a random song.
Are we able to play that?
Yeah, I'll play
Yeah,
it.
okay, we'll get it.
Yeah. I'll link that in the comments or in the
you can see
description.
the full thing.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, so they go to Japan and like displaying their new look for the first time. And there's some videos on YouTube of them like interacting with the public. This is pretty funny because it's just like a bunch of Japanese people like going, who are these random
who are
dudes?
these people with buckets on their head?
But they go to Japan because to make like a series of music videos for their new album, in the form of this anime movie called Interstellar 5555. Not to be confused with Christopher Nolan's Interstellar.
No way.
It's actually
555.
yeah,
That's
four
fire,
fives. Yeah, many fives.
That is tight.
And it's an interesting movie. It's basically, it's got all the songs in it. There's no talking in it apart from the actual songs, but it's not like a musical where everyone's singing them. It's like all background music.
It's just all music just linked together. But
Yeah,
it fits
but like
well
a loose story. Yeah.
Yeah.
A standout song for me on this album would be Veritas Quo. And
Discovery.
Yeah, and Voyager.
Oh yeah.
Voyager is this really cool, like low key. It's got a great bass, and that's really cool.
I think one of the things I like about some of like songs like Veritas Quo or Human or things like that was that, well, some of their songs they kind of repeat forever and forever.
Yeah, a lot of them are quite repetitive.
So you might get a song that says like the same like 5 phrases throughout the whole thing,
Yeah,
which is
so
kind of a bit off.
we were just kind
It was a
of
bit weird.
refreshing ourselves on Daft Punk. We were listening to Discovery. There's this one song called Superheroes, and it's basically just this guy saying something's in the air for about 4 minutes.
And then the very last line.
And then the last bit says
something's in the, and then that's it. Cliffhanger. I know, right? What could be the last word?
I'll play a snippet of that. It's just this video is definitely gonna get copyrighted. Oh my god.
That's what I mean by like those songs.
Repetitive.
Those songs I kind of stay away from those Daft Punk songs.
Yeah.
But songs like Veritas Quo or like Human, I like those.
That's something you appreciate like more in the later albums. They use, especially with Ram, they use the kind of repetitive samples a lot less more. A lot less more? Is that?
Good
can't say
England.
that.
Just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep
Good
it rolling.
England. Yeah. They use samples a lot less because they become more adept at kind of making music the more they go on. Human After All, released in 2005.
Yeah.
Bite now.
Oh, 2005.
Yeah.
Yo, birthday.
Yeah, birth year, let's go.
Let's go.
Seal of approval.
Yeah.
Or does it? This album is a bit... I'll put the album cover up as well. I'll put it up for all
so
these.
many pop-ups now. Yeah, Human After All. Right. No, you were talking about...
Do you prefer this album? Like, it's got Human After All, Robot Rock.
I think the only main one I would listen to is just Human After All.
That's fair enough. Yeah, same with me.
Yeah, you got like the meme song, Robo Rock. No,
But the main like difference in this album is it's kind of grunge hard rock. So there's a lot more use of delays, guitars,
more drums.
They released this album after recording it and writing it in just 6 weeks, which is just really fast. They wanted to speedrun making an album.
Speedrun album. I like that.
People didn't like it. This just takes a bit of a dip.
You know, I kind of like it when artists change it to something new. Like they do a whole new genre, say.
Yeah,
because I feel like it shows maturity in their artist life. So they have like okay, we've done this genre, we've kind of touched on other genres. Let's do something totally different.
They just go in a different direction.
Start fresh.
Yeah, why not? And it just shows that they have a lot of control that other musicians don't have.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, you see other artists that take years to kind of change, and it's very slow. Like, especially like guys in the 60s, like the Beatles. You got your psychedelic rock and your like normal pop stuff. I mean, there's kind of like a loose change in there for like 10 years. But this album, it's got Human After All, which is, I think, the best one on that. And also the eponymous album one. So we're gonna have to like speed run the rest of this. This is meant to be me telling you like the history of Daft
really
Punk.
Short. We tried to get 30 minutes. We
try, guys. We try. Well, we're just we just have too much fun and end up everyone an hour.
We just start talking about shoes or Daniel Ricciardo or something.
Yeah, we're just something random like now.
Okay.
So after 2005 and Human After All, and making their film, they're like, well, what's next for us? We should probably go on tour again. And so it was at Coachella. I think it was one of the last nights. Not many people came because they were like, okay, I don't really know what this is going to be like. Don't really know Daft Punk too much. They've just done a pretty crappy album. And it starts, and we see this really cool looking pyramid. And it's massive.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like 30 feet tall. Massive pyramid with LEDs all around it. What they did was they weaved kind of their past and their present music together, and yeah, it's just really cool. Like a really cool visual, audible tour. And so, moving on, Tron Legacy 2010, one of the coolest like in the last 10 years visual kind of things, made by Joseph Kosinski, who released Top Gun Maverick. Anyway,
yeah.
Joseph Kosinski, this guy also did Oblivion, and basically Thomas Bangalter and Guy-Man were massive fans of the original Tron when they were kids. They were like, yes, we would love to score this. This would be great. We get to use this amazing London orchestra. We get to have Joseph Trapanese, who also
Trapanese.
What? Oh, you mean the song?
Yeah.
It's a really good score.
Okay.
It was like the perfect blend they had to find of orchestra and electronic to kind of make this score.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. And you know, you got some great bangers in here. D-Raz and Son of the Flynn are probably the two most famous. Rinzler's a great one.
I love the Rinzler.
Outlands Part 2 is really good. For your F1 fans out there, that's the one that Sky uses on their F1 intro. So that's a really good track. You've got...
Did they do The Grid?
The Grid. I don't think they use The Grid. And then,
okay, not for my ears.
And then End of Line, which is also like... End of Line and Castor, I'll play a snippet of both of them right now, are really reminiscent of kind of Discovery and Homework. Whereas the rest of them are very like orchestra, very classical, film music. So yeah, it's really cool. And they obviously have a cameo in the movie with their grid outfits.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about that scene in the movie?
Yeah. So the club scene. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I knew about Daft Punk at the time.
Yeah.
So watch some Tron. The camera just pans over and we just see like two guys in the booth vibing. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Wait a second. Wait.
You know, like
a minute.
clears your eyes. Like
hold up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So they're just vibing in the booth. Obviously not saying anything, but they're just the DJs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's pretty sick.
Oh, one thing I found really cool was Disney, of course, they had a massive budget. They could hire a bunch of people to help them with the score. Hans Zimmer also like offered advice to Daft Punk while they were scoring this.
Wow.
Because, you know,
Wow.
Disney and Hans used to have a bit of a relationship with Pirates of the
Lion King as
Caribbean,
well.
Lion King. Yeah, so he offered some advice and it proved, you know, really good. Some of this stuff is really good, and I'm surprised it didn't get nominated for an Oscar for Best Film Soundtrack. Yeah, after their Tron album, we get kind of like the pièce de résistance.
Oh yeah, pièce de résistance.
RAM, the 2013 album, otherwise known as Random Access Memories. And so they grew up in like the 70s, 80s, and it's really just like a tribute to that. You got kind of Instant Crush, Lose Yourself to Dance, which is kind of these 70s disco, and then the biggest one, which is Giorgio by Moroder.
Ooh.
Which is it's like an 8-minute, 10-minute long track of Giorgio Moroder, who was this highly influential disco artist, composer. They just wanted to really just, do something new for their final album. I mean, we didn't know it would be their final album. I guess they knew, right?
Then they had like a whole period where they just stopped and then they just had it and then they just kind of like...
Yeah, so they have from 2013 all like to 2021. They don't do much. Daft Punk literally just made 2 songs with The Weeknd. I Feel It Coming and Starboy, which, don't get me wrong, they're good songs and all. Like, I Feel It Coming, and then the Daft Punk bit's pretty cool, but they don't really do much for it. And the Kanye West, they did a bit of Yeezus. You know that album, Yeezus?
Yeah, I think it might have been like their last little spark just to ignite again, but maybe the spark wasn't very that.
Yeah, Random Access Memories. It's got some great hits in this one. We got Get Lucky, of course, the main attraction.
Yes.
Star of the show. We got Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams, yeah.
So he and Nile Rodgers, who did Get Lucky together with Daft Punk, and then Lose Yourself to Dance, also with Pharrell Williams. Bit of a collab there with Pharrell. And then Instant Crush with Julian Casablancas. If you know him, you'll know he's from The Strokes, the indie rock band.
Strokes is a good band.
Strokes is a good band. I like their...
Strokes is a good band.
Very good band. The new Abnormal, their latest album, is killer. Like, that's really good. I'm loving that at the moment. And then I think the album was kept very secret, under wraps, and they worked on it for, I think, a year maybe, which is more than the 6 weeks they give themselves on Human After All.
The speed run.
Yeah, the speed run.
Yeah.
This one was more like, we're going to take like 8 years between these 2 albums. Just take our time. Ram comes out, and as I'm sure you know, it made Daft Punk even more popular. Massive acclaim, massive sales. I think it platinumed like twice, and it got Album of the Year at the Grammys. Get Lucky got Song of the Year, I think, as well. Post Ram, yeah, we were just saying not a lot of stuff happens, which is sad, because then, of course, Daft Punk break up.
The whole quiet period, and then it led up to that. So
Yeah.
it was a bit
anticlimactic if to be a fan at that point, honestly. And we thought we were gonna get at least one more album before they left, but
Nope. Flick the switch.
boom, they dead.
Dead.
They done.
Died. They died in real life. No, they didn't.
Nah, they're just retired. Daft Punk. Let us know what you think about them. So, Mr. Romero.
What the hell?
So, Josh, Daft Punk, we've been chatting about them for the last hour.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan. Like, would you say that they're one of your favorite artists? They've had an influence on your musical taste, maybe?
I'd say at a young age, yes, because that Get Lucky kind of got me into the pop kind of culture.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
And I wouldn't say I would listen to all their songs.
That's true.
I'm the type of guy that would listen to only a couple. I would say five.
Five max.
Five
okay.
of the really good ones. I wouldn't mind listening to them whenever, wherever.
What would those 5 songs be? So maybe Touch?
Touch. I do like Touch. Fair Disco is nice. Get Lucky. Gotta get lucky,
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
And then I like the Kanye Harder, Faster,
Stronger.
that one.
Yeah. The Kanye one, so Stronger.
Yeah,
Alright.
I like it because it's bringing a bit of modern into it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, with the rap.
A couple of the others, Voyager's cool. I think there might be a couple more, but I can't really think of them now.
Coolio.
And Campbell El Mooney, what's your ops?
Ooh, wow. I'm a big fan, as you probably know if you've listened all this way, like an hour. I don't know how long this is going to be, because we're setting on at hour 18 right now.
Oof.
Like, after like being here twice for 2 sessions.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to cut this down to like 45. I don't know how I'm going to do this.
45?
Yeah.
Ooh, we say 45. Future selves just look at 1 hour. Is that all?
Yeah, I'm going to die in the editing process.
Good luck, Jamie.
Good luck, future Jamie.
Everyone comment down below. Good luck, Jamie.
Good luck, Jamie.
Rip Jamie.
Yo, my back just breaks from carrying the podcast editing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, my top 5 Daft Punk songs. I would go Veritas Quo. I'd go Voyager. Ooh, from Human After All, I'd go Make Love. I think I'd go Contact, which is the last song in Ram.
There it is.
That's the controversial move.
There's controversial.
And then I think I'd go Instant Crush.
And we will never be alone again, 'cause it doesn't happen every day. Gonna turn on you, been a friend. Gonna give it up, give it away. Now I thought about what I wanna say, but I never really know where to go. So I gave myself to a friend, 'cause I know what I love to do.
Anyway,
There you have it.
the final verdict. Weirdest Daft Punk song.
Weirdest. Circuit.
Short Circuit?
Short Circuit. You see, it's not bad. I
Okay,
can't remember the
yeah.
name.
Short Circuit.
Don't listen
that's
to the
weird.
song. Well, actually, no. Listen to it, and then
I will play it.
Bin.
I will play it, and then you will never want to hear it again. It literally hurts your ears. And then for me, I think Doing It Right from Random Access Memories. It's the one with this panda bear dude.
Just don't listen to it. Well,
Don't
listen
listen
to
to
it,
it.
but then don't listen to
And
it.
as a musical artist, what would you give Daft Punk out of 10?
Out of 10.
Take into account Two Door Cinema Club,
brain
The Strokes,
processing.
21 Pilots.
So much thinking.
So much thunking. Come on.
I think based off their time that they came into the world, compared
We're
to
born.
compared to the others at the time of the world, I wouldn't say it's a 10.
You would?
Personally.
All right, fair enough.
Personally.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because a 10 is like, I'll listen to every single song. on
Yeah.
repeat,
Fair enough.
Purely because I only like around 10 songs out of
Yeah.
their whole thing. 6 or 7.
Oh, you have me thinking there.
Yeah.
All right. So
I got you. I got you.
So what is that? 6 or 7?
6.5.
You say
Straight in the
6.5
middle,
for
straight
Daft
in the
Punk.
middle.
What's a 10 to you then?
What's a 10 to me?
What's a 10?
There isn't a 10 to me. Because every single artist just has a really trash song in it. Or like something bad about it.
Well, you gotta like.
I would say like a 9. No, not a 9. Like a 7. Or like an 8.
What would you rate Two Door Cinema Club?
2-door. Probably like an 8.
Oh my god.
I don't want to be like too kind to
caught
these
in
people.
4K,
I don't
okay.
want to be too kind to these guys because with the music rating, I was a bit kind. I was a bit too generous.
With the movie ones?
Yeah, I gave what super generous.
Oh no, you gave Ghostbusters an 8, Spider-Man a 9, and Batman a 10.
Okay, keep Batman at 10. I've recently been thinking, hey, let's go watch the new Spider-Man again. And I'm also like, no, because I just like seen it already.
Yeah.
So I would have dropped it down by like 3 points, 3 or 4 points. Like, nah,
This is weird.
nah, come on.
Spider-Man No Way Home's a 6.
No, I'm just matured now. You know what's
Fair
a 9?
enough.
You know what's a 9?
What's a 9?
A 9 stroke 10. Actually, 10's Interstellar. A 9. No, also Inception's also a 10.
Well, yeah, obviously.
A 9. All right, enough hate on me, Jamie. Shoot us your score.
I'm just thinking.
It's like
so hard.
going through your circuit boards right now.
My circuit boards. Yeah. Internal CPUs. Yeah. Okay.
Think about it. Think of the mask. Think of the bucket hats.
All right.
Bucket
Okay.
hats, Bucket hats.
All right. Yeah. Given that RAM is flawless, pretty much, apart from that one song, which is trash. I think I'd have to give Daft Punk as musicians, as an artist, probably like 8.5 out of 10.
An 8.5.
Because, you know, they didn't do enough
Special.
songs.
Something about it special.
Yeah, something about their music special in the way that it's kind of like sounds, especially in the Ram and Discovery albums. I think I enjoy them as creators and as artists. So that's why I give Daft Punk an 8.5 out of 10. So, thank you very much for listening to the Daft Punk podcast on everything Daft Punk. This is going to be a long one. I'm going to have to trim this down, but
Tons of tangents too.
a lot of tangents. Hope it's been fun, and we'll see you soon.
Bye guys.
So this is Jamie and Josh signing off.
Signing off. Thanks for tuning in to Reid's Renegade Rebooted and listening to us, Jamie and Josh.
Reid's Renegade is a Reid's production. We are produced by James, Jamie and Josh.
Sound designed by Jamie. Art direction by Josh. Marketing by Josh. Edited by Jamie.
Thanks for tuning in to Reid's Renegade, and we'll see you soon.
This song's also in Tron Legacy. Alright, let's finish this off.
Around
Right now.
world. Oh,
Yeah,
tight.
we're just kind of tight.
Sick. Damn.
And it was...
Damn.
Bro, it's so loud.
Shut the
No way.
What?
Wow. So
Pokemon? Yeah.
I want to be the very best.
The best that
Ever
ever
was.
was. Bum, 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 bum.